My daughter made me raise her baby, then vanished for 25 years. Now she's back begging for money, but my son was ready. When Veronica turned 18, she handed me a pregnancy test with 2 bold pink lines and bluntly said, "I'm keeping it. So you and Dad better step up." What she meant was simple. She'd have the baby, but we'd be the ones raising it while she continued living her own life. We were stunned, but my husband and I had always wanted more children, so we said yes. Not long after, she tossed some legal documents at us, asking us to sign away her parental rights. She didn't just want out, she wanted nothing tying her to the child ever. That baby, Marcus, the one she walked away from, became the center of our world. He was a sweet, thoughtful little boy, always curious, always trying to help. As he got older, the questions about his biological mom started. He wrote her letters, asked to see her, reached out in every way he could. Each time she shut the door in his face. After the 13th rejection, he gave up. From then on, we gave him everything we had. Our time, our love, our savings. We used what we had for his school, for travel, for small joys, just so he'd never feel like someone we were stuck with. By the time he went to college, he didn't bring her up anymore. And she never asked about him once. She'd moved across the country, gotten remarried, and blocked us everywhere. To be honest, it felt like a weight off our shoulders. Marcus eventually dropped out of college and started a mobile detailing business with a couple of friends. He was doing great, hardworking, kind, and surprisingly generous. He insisted on giving us 15% of his income as a way to repay us. We tried to refuse, but he wouldn't let it go. He also met someone, Nicole. She was just as warm and genuine as he was. Then, on Thanksgiving, everything shifted. We were having dinner when a call came through. Marcus answered on speaker. It was Veronica. She sounded sweet, almost fake, and asked if they could meet. Marcus kept it brief and firm, then hung up. We offered to go with him if he decided to see her. He agreed. At the restaurant, she didn't greet him with a hug or even a basic, "How are you?" Instead, the first thing she asked was how much she could spend on her meal. She ordered lobster ravioli and wine without hesitation. She glanced at his phone, saw Nicole's photo on the lock screen, and started fake gushing. Then casually dropped a request for $14,000 to help secure a new apartment. "I'll send my bank details before the weekend," she added, like it was no big deal. I was about to say something, but Marcus lightly pinched my hand under the table. Then he calmly pulled out his phone and showed her something. A picture of a document. "You remember this?" he asked. Veronica went pale. It was all the proof he needed. After his business took off, Marcus had hired a private investigator. Turns out, for 25 years, Veronica had been collecting child support from his biological father, pretending she was the one raising him. Every single payment was accounted for. She didn't say a word. Her wine glass shook slightly in her hand. The food arrived. She barely touched it. Marcus ate in silence. Nicole rested her hand gently on his knee. Eventually, Veronica tried to fake a smile, like nothing had happened. But Marcus wasn't biting. He showed her another file. This one had names, dates, dollar amounts. There was no denying any of it. She looked like she might faint, but still tried to play it cool. When the check came, she paid for it. Her hands were visibly trembling. Outside, Marcus offered her some money for a ride home. She looked like she wanted to throw it at him, but instead stuffed it into her coat. She grabbed his sleeve, almost begging. He gently pulled his arm away. That was the last time we saw her for a while. Later that night, Marcus made coffee, and Nicole laid out some cookies. The evening had been heavy, but Marcus was steady, calm. He opened his laptop and pulled up a folder labeled Veronica. Inside were PDFs, screenshots, bank records, 25 years of child support receipts. She hadn't spent a dime on him. Every cent had gone toward herself, vacations, designer brands, fine dining. His biological dad had believed for decades that he was supporting his son. He thought Marcus lived with Veronica. He even increased payments when she claimed Marcus needed tutoring or had medical problems. He tried to show up for birthdays, graduations, but she always made sure he couldn't. As Marcus showed us all this, his phone wouldn't stop buzzing. Veronica had taken it public. She started posting old pregnancy photos, accusing Marcus of abandoning her. She painted herself as the struggling single mom. Some of his clients saw the posts. A few reached out, others canceled. Still, Marcus didn't react. No drama, no retaliation, just documentation. His father stepped in to help. They built a timeline. Every made-up emergency matched perfectly with her shopping sprees. Nicole thought they should post it publicly, but Marcus waited. Veronica didn't. She showed up at his business, crying in the parking lot, telling her side to random customers. Marcus didn't go out to meet her. Instead, he sat down with one of his top clients and showed them a few key documents. The client got the full picture. Veronica stuck around, bothering people for hours. His business partner started logging every incident and installed cameras. Then she went further, showing up at my husband's dental office, screaming that we'd stolen her son. They almost had to call security to get her to leave. Next, she went after Nicole's workplace. She kept calling, left disruptive voicemails, and even posted lies on Nicole's social media, claiming Nicole was only with Marcus for his money. But Nicole's friends stood up for her, and Marcus made sure to reward his employees for their loyalty. Bit by bit, Veronica's social media campaign started to fall apart. She created a crowdfunding page using photos of Marcus as a kid, pictures she could have only gotten through family. The stories she told didn't match any of the real documents. Eventually, she slipped up. She posted the child support totals she'd received, numbers that didn't align at all with her claims of living in poverty. People began asking questions. Friends who once supported her started backing away. A local blogger reached out to Marcus, wanting his side of the story. Marcus sent over the custody paperwork. After reviewing it, the blogger chose not to publish anything, but Veronica still wasn't done. She started showing up in person, at our go-to grocery store, at the bank, even sitting silently in our favorite restaurant, just watching. Marcus's business partner ended up hiring a security guard. It felt over the top, but honestly, we needed the extra eyes. One afternoon, while Marcus was detailing a client's car, she appeared on the sidewalk and just stared. He kept his cool, finished the job, but when he got home, you could see it had shaken him. Nicole suggested taking a weekend off, but Marcus didn't want to leave his team behind. His biological father kept digging and uncovered more lies: receipts for school uniforms from places Marcus had never attended, medical expenses for made-up conditions. The proof was undeniable. Eventually, Marcus agreed to meet with her, with us and his biological father present. We picked a quiet downtown coffee shop. The morning was gray and rainy, somehow fitting. His father got there early. He looked composed but worn out. Veronica arrived 20 minutes late, polished but tense. She didn't greet anyone. Instead, she dropped a folder on the table and laid out documents: eviction notices, job rejections, her current finances. It was a rehearsed sob story. Marcus didn't even touch the papers. He just started taking pictures. When Veronica tried to block his phone with her hand, her body tensed. None of what she said matched the timeline Marcus and his father had already put together. Then Nicole came in. She hadn't planned to be there, but quietly sat beside Marcus. Her presence alone made Veronica visibly uncomfortable. Nicole scanned the papers with Marcus, whispering observations. Veronica started to spiral. Then Marcus's biological father pulled out his own folder: 25 years of checks, emails, and payment records. The coffee shop buzzed with life, but our table felt frozen. Veronica started rambling about depression, anxiety, and vague health issues, always timed with her requests for more money. Nicole calmly pulled up old vacation photos from the same dates Veronica claimed she was in the hospital. It was over. Veronica's face went red. She stood for a moment, swayed slightly, then sat back down. She tried one last angle, saying she kept Marcus from his father to protect him from a criminal background, but the man calmly pulled out proof of his clean record. That final lie collapsed on the spot. With nothing left, she begged. "Help me just this once and I'll disappear forever," she pleaded. But that said everything. She wasn't here for Marcus. She wanted money. We walked out. Veronica followed, throwing out empty promises and vague threats. When we reached Marcus's car, she tried blocking the driver's door. He didn't say a word, just walked around and got in on the other side. That quiet move said more than anything. She pounded on the window, her makeup smeared with real tears. We drove away, watching her drop to her knees in the parking lot behind us. Then came silence. For days, we heard nothing. But we saw what she was doing: deleting old posts, shutting down accounts, trying to wipe everything clean. Too late. Everything had already been saved. With the storm fading, Marcus's business began to recover. Clients returned. Some even said they chose him because of how calmly he handled everything. His reputation hadn't been ruined. It was stronger. His biological father made sure every agency that ever processed child support payments was informed. Veronica would never receive another dollar. The stream she'd milked for decades had been shut off for good, but she made one last attempt. She came to Marcus's shop, this time with an older woman she introduced as her therapist. The woman looked confused and clearly had no idea what Veronica had dragged her into. Marcus's partner handled it perfectly, offering them chairs and water, then going right back to business. After 3 awkward hours, the woman left. Veronica stayed until closing, still hoping someone would care. No one did. That night, Marcus's biological father called with the final total. 25 years of child support had added up to a staggering amount, but they made the decision not to press charges. Just having the truth exposed and watching her entire scheme collapse felt like punishment enough. Not long after, Veronica disappeared. Her landlord told us she left the apartment behind, designer clothes still in the closet, rent unpaid. No one knew where she went. And honestly, none of us cared. Marcus's life kept moving forward. His biological dad became a quiet but steady part of it, showing up for dinners, birthdays, even business milestones. A bond had finally started to grow after years of lies and distance. Marcus expanded his business, took on more staff, widened his service area, and kept pushing ahead. Through all of it, he and Nicole only became stronger. They got engaged one evening at home. No big announcements, just a quiet moment surrounded by the people who'd always stood by him. We never brought up Veronica again. That folder Marcus had once kept with all the evidence, it got tucked away. Not out of fear, but as a reminder. A reminder of what love, honesty, and persistence can survive. Our family table, once marked by the absence of a daughter, was now full of laughter, strength, and real connection. Marcus created the life he was always meant to have. And in doing that, he showed all of us what family really means.